Right, let's have a look at what is happening this weekend. We'll start off with a big game on Thursday. Come on, beer draw. London against Kingston Rovers.
I tell you what,
live at Ealing on Thursday night. It will be live on TalkSport too. We'll get that mentioned out there as well.
I tell you what, you wouldn't rule out a golden point, would you? To be honest with you, from there, but this. I know Danny's trying to play it down as well. People call it the game of the season. This is the game of the season. And who would have been saying this? You know, we're into game 19 this weekend. Who would have been saying this? And
but then we'll be saying that when Leeds play London and then when OKR play.
No, I don't think we will, because the results what London and Kingston Rovers produced last weekend. So I don't think be in the same context. And you know, the Broncos, you know, they've beaten Saints, they've beaten Leeds, they've beaten Wigan. Now they've got the Catalans back to their backsides. And OKR have had a good win this week against Warrington, but I can't go against London. I just cannot go against London. And they enjoyed themselves in Catalans. I'm sure they've had a few beers as well after the game as well. Danny likes to get a response.
It's his birthday.
Yeah, it's what?
It was Danny's birthday.
Was it?
Hopefully, you
know, congratulations. Yeah, so I would imagine they've enjoyed themselves, but they knew these fixtures were coming up, and this is the Broncos, mate. It's Broncos time. It is the Broncos time. I'm going the Broncos by 10.
There's two conflicting thoughts going through my head at the moment. One is London have got absolutely nothing to lose, and every
all of a sudden though they have.
But like they're saying, every time they're interviewed, nothing's changed. Every game's a cup final for them this year. Nobody expects them to win a game. Every game they win, it elevates them. But actually, the situation hasn't really changed, because the expectation is that they're not going to do anything this year. The bookies have come out today and they're still the favourites to be relegated.
Yeah, but only just.
Yeah, but
not on our Twitter poll. They're not Leeds are the favourites.
I don't think there is any pressure on London in any game between now and the end of the season, and that to me makes them very dangerous. The other thing is, I do think there is, at this time of the year, a difference in preparation between having a game on Saturday afternoon in your home city and having a game in the south of France on a Saturday evening. And I think that may count against London. That it may just be that the turnaround is going to harm them. So I'm going to go for Hull KL by 2. And I just think that the changes Tony Smith's making will be incremental, and he will have picked this as a game that they have to win. I don't know who they play next. I think we've got the whole derby next week.
Yeah.
I think this is a game that Tony Smith will say, right, focus on this, lads. So if we win this, we've got ourselves some breathing space.
To annoy Sid, I'm going to go for Hull KL as well. I don't really know why, but it's, you know, just pick things out of pick things out of thin air when you come to these games, because they are all toss of a coin. I got it right the first time. I think it's interesting that Hull are bringing in players, because that is what you do when you are in a relegation battle. You strengthen your squad, and then you have the opposing coaches moan about you doing it. So I'm going to go with Hull KL. Obviously, Tony Smith is signing players who he knows the tune he can get out with them. And I'm going to go for Rovers by 8.
I think the vet is a really good sign. I'm amazed a couple of other clubs didn't pick him up sooner, because his face don't fit, but he's not getting any game time at Warrington. I think London will win. I was thinking this. I think they have got something to lose now, because all of a sudden, I know they'll say under. If they win this week, they will be 10th in the table. They won't even be bottom. They won't be next to bottom. They'll be in the table, and that would heap so much pressure on. I just wonder, Hull KR, really big performance, just got over the top of Warrington, but it's a big win. Can they back that up? I think that's the problem Hull KR have got. They haven't been able to do it. I know they've got a new coach. I expect that improvement to continue. The derby the week after, you know, for them, they got to London and win, and then the week after they get hammered by Hull. It's a tough run of fixtures for Hull KR. I'm going London. I just think they've got a little bit too much at the minute. I just think they've got too much. I think they're a great team in terms of a team. I'm not sure Hull KR, you know, from what I listened to the game, from what the sounds of it, Rovers did everything they could to lose the game and then snatched it at the end. So I'm going to go London. I think they're the better team. They deserve to beat St Helens. They clearly were better than Catalans at the weekend. And I think they'll nick it. I'm going London by 7. 7! Huddersfield against Wigan, Friday night.
Yeah, well, the Giants are struggling, aren't they? And Wigan find a way to win. And even though they're not pretty at the moment, but I think they've got two players who have got that attitude that get them over the line in Sam Powell and Sean O'Loughlin. I don't think the Giants have got that. Yeah, Gaskell's in decent form, but they haven't got too many apart from him, to be honest with you. Can't find a way to win the Giants. Wigan can find a way. I don't think there'll be a big score. I don't think this game will be a high scoring game, to be honest with you. But I'm going Wigan, and I'm going Wigan by 8.
Again, it's another one where I can't draw a form line. I would be tempted to say Huddersfield have to win. But the magnitude of the defeat this week, I think, raises question marks.
I'm not so sure.
I think they will show an improvement, and I don't know how much losing by a point at Castleford took out of them. I'm tempted to give Huddersfield one last chance. So I think that Simon Wolford is improving them. I think that the kids in their team have got really bright futures, and there will be games where it's men against boys, as Wolford said, because they're not at that level yet. But I just think that if they're going to salvage the season, it starts with a home game against the team that are just above them. I'm a bit with Scully on Wigan's performance on last Friday. I think they managed to find a way to win rather than necessarily deserve to win. So I'm going to go Huddersfield by 2.
It's bizarre because Leeds were the masters of this in the past. Wigan could still win the grand final.
Yeah, they could.
Wigan, if they win, would potentially go above Castleford, depending on points difference and so on and so forth over the weekend. Which is odd, because they've been generally rubbish, but now they could be champions again, which would be one hell of a story. I'm going to go for Wigan, and I'm going to go for Wigan to win this one. Not to win the grand final, not yet. Going a bit early on that one. Wigan by 6.
I look at that Huddersfield team on Friday. It was very young. Now, has that been done? Were there a couple rested with a view to that they'll play the week after? We see Joe Wardle needs an operation. He's out. Didn't play last week. Not going to play this week. That is a young team, and I thought Leeds had beat Wigan, but Wigan's defence is brutal at times, and that's the one thing that they still maintain, isn't it? From the team that won the Super League, they've still got a very, very strong defence. And I think that will be enough to win in this game, and I think they will win quite comfortably. I think they'll win by 14. Salford against Castleford. This is a big game because the winner will be in the top 5. Castleford could be 4 points clear of Salford, or they could be behind them on points difference. Gary?
Yeah, Castleford, certainly the players are lacking confidence, and Big Jesse Senna Affair has come out and said, yeah, the players got a big roast, and the biggest roast in Darryl Powell's management at the Castleford Tigers. Will that get a response? I'm not convinced. Watch the Salford Red Devils literally rip Wakefield Trinity apart. The forwards was good, the half-backs sensational, and they've got plenty of pace in the back line. I think Salford, with the form that they're showing, playing at home, the 2 half-backs in tremendous form. They'll have too much for Cass and Salford, and I think they'll put up a few points on again. I'm going Salford to win by 20.
All right, cool.
Salford need to show that they can back up a good result with another one. I think we said it a couple of weeks ago that we know this Salford team is breaking up, and whereas not long ago it looked as though perhaps the dressing room was in disarray because players were starting to announce where they were going for next year, to his absolute credit, Ian Watson's got them back on track. And whilst ever their key players are fit and playing and clearly enjoying themselves, they're a threat. When when their half-back pairing is arguably the best in the league, maybe apart from Saints, they've got to pose a threat. The issue for Cass is if they don't turn it around this week, then they drop out the 5, and I worry whether they'll get back in again, even with everybody fit and playing to the best of their ability. I think Darryl Powell needs a response. I think he'll probably get one. I'll go Cass by 4.
Okay, Rich?
It's strange, Salford, isn't it? Because they lost 3 in a row before they battered Wakefield yesterday. And now they're back in contention. Castleford, I can't make head and tail of. Salford, I can't really do either. But Salford's positive points difference is ridiculous, isn't it? 77. The only team outside the top two to have a positive points difference. How does that happen? I think they'll beat Castleford, and I think it'll be a close one. It's a shame this isn't on the telly, isn't it? But Salford by 4.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to base this on what I saw from Salford last week, right? And they were brilliant. Castleford, for 40 minutes, blown away for 40 minutes. There's an intent about the Salford forwards. The worry is, I think they lost Griffin's gone, torn bicep. He's going to be out. They might have one or two. It's a quick turnaround. That is the one advantage Cass have here. 5-day turnaround for Salford, 8-day turnaround for Cass. That might be where the Castleford advantage is. But I think if Hastings and Louis play like they did on Sunday, Castleford aren't winning this game. We find out this week if Castleford are broken or not. This is it. No excuses now. They've got to go to Salford and win. I think Salford will win. I think Salford will win by 14. St Helens Leeds. Just say it's by 50. Is that where we're going?
It's simple prediction. St Helens by 40.
Not far off.
Fingers crossed.
Saints by 20.
Are we doing the not proper analysis on this one? Well, Saints are really good. They're top of the table. Leeds are
Matt
rubbish.
Parcells back for Leeds, which will make a slight difference.
Unless he hits the
Well,
referee.
is he fit now? They get rid of Cole Care.
Because I think 2 hookers gives them more options than they
They
have.
want rid of him.
Yeah, but
They want rid of him.
whether they want rid of him or not, he's still better than what they had on the field by way of when Liam Sutcliffe went
Interesting
off.
whether he's even a Leeds player by the time this game's
Well,
played. He might have got
absolutely.
all care. Might have done.
Depends who Leeds want to buy as well.
I wish I had Ashton Golden's contract. So yeah, Saints will win, and I'm going quite conservative here. I'm on the side of you Leeds people. This will be smaller than the handicap will be. Saints by 18.
Interesting that despite the nightmare start on the Leeds under Ferner, Leeds went to Saints and very, very nearly won at the start of the season.
That was one of their best performances.
They played brilliantly, and then they just got steamrolled in the last half an hour. If the Saints pack come to play, Leeds will get battered, and I mean, bam with Garrett could be a 40. But I also think Leeds will go, and I think Ego said, look, this is why everyone expects us to lose. Let's go try and throw it around. Let's get it to Hurrell. Let's get it out
They've got
wide.
a decent record at Saints.
I'll give them. I'll say Saints by 24, but I'm being optimistic.
Give it to Hull. Give it to Hull.
Let's quickly move on.
Is that at half time? Is that at half
I
time?
don't get paid overtime.
Is that at half time?
I'll take no joy out of that result. Warrington against Wakefield.
Yeah, well, the simple fact, Wakefield, well, I say they're all over the place, aren't they? And Chris Chetter's admitted as well, his forwards are performing too soft at this moment in time. And the quote when he's saying, that they could burst away out of a paper bag, I've got to agree with him. And so when they get a reaction from the players, they needs one. But as you said earlier, Mark, Trinity might throw this one and get ready for the game the week after. Warrington, he'll want the reaction of Will Price. I would imagine he won't be resting the players. This would be too easy for the Wolves. This is Warrington by 32.
I don't think there's too many to come back for Wakefield. So I think that everything that Chris Chester said still applies this week because he can't change. In fact, he may have lost a couple of forwards. So the worst thing for Wakefield is Warrington losing this week to Hull KR and Steve Price getting annoyed with them, and he's building up to a cup semi-final. He can't afford too many narrow defeats against teams they should be beating. He's also building up to a game against the Helens in a couple of weeks that they've got to win if they're going to be taking a serious title contenders. So I can't say anything other than a Warrington win, and I'll go Warrington by 24.
We are preparing for the middle eights. The famous phrase from James Webster when we lived elsewhere in a different house. What happened to him? I still got a job. Warrington are going to win. I said this on the What Would Brian Bevan Say podcast, which I think is out tomorrow. Well worth listening to them on it.
We'll be the judge of that.
There's actually some really good bits on it.
We'll be the judge of that.
Not my bits. Warrington by 18.
Warrington by
Yeah,
18.
The way Wakefield played yesterday, I'm doubling it. I'm going Wakefield to lose by 36. Last one, and this is the game on Saturday. It's the Dragons against Hull FC. Scully.
Well, he's got to leave a few players out as McNamara, and one of them everybody knows what I've said about him. And but Will he have the crystals, McNamara, to drop some of these big name players? I don't think he will, to be honest with you, from there. So, but Hull FC, yeah, this will be a test for them. But they like going to Catalans, don't they? They always seem to do okay there, and the big players are in good form. And I say, well, the spine of the side in Shaw and Connor and Sneed and Albert Kelly are in good form. So if they forward pack get rid of the Catalans, because I can't see a problem there whatsoever, we'll have too much quality for the Catalans. I'm going the Black and Whites to win by 14.
Was it golden point extra time last time these two played?
Hull went there
dramatic
with
Hull comeback.
not even half a team and
won. Well, so you would say that form would favour that result. My only slight reservation, again, this is no mitigation because I get it wrong anyway, but we don't know who might be coming back for Castellan. There were a lot of players who would be first choice in that pack who didn't play last week. I think had they played, it wouldn't have made any difference. London would have beaten them anyway. But I think you start bringing back the likes of Sam Moore and Kenny Edwards, and it clearly makes a difference. I think that if Catalan are going to do anything this year to justify the fact that there's a possibility that come the playoffs they're going to make a difference, they haven't got a single excuse this week. They've been at home all week. The excuse of being on the road. I don't know if McAloran will be back. They clearly missed him. So I'm going to give them one last chance. I'm going to go Dragons by 10.
Interesting revelation in the weekly this week that Gareth Ellis could have got married to Cheryl Cole. We brushed past her once, which is close enough for most men. I'm going to go for the Catalans. I don't know why, because they're no good. Hull are third in the table and they've got minus -1 million points. I just don't know what we're doing with this anymore. We're just going to get a random number generator next week and see what that can do. But I'm going to go for the Catalans at home. They've got to respond from that defeat, haven't they, against London? But it's going to be a narrow one, and it'll be Catalans with the boot of Matty Smith, even though he doesn't kick, by 2.
a big week for Hull. Got Hull KR the week after. Big week.
Is that a Hull or Hull KR?
Hull KR, I think. And they go to the south of France knowing a victory. What's it all but wraps up their place? I still think, right, and this is me reversing big time, Hull could still finish second if Warrington keeps slipping up. I think Hull will win. I think Hull will target this game to win, and as I've said the last few weeks, when Hull want to win, they do win. And I think they'll win. I think they'll win, and I think they'll win quite easily. I'm going Hull by 13. Something wrong at the Dragons, don't know what it is. Don't know what it is, worried.
Well, that cup tie at Hull
Well,
told us everything.
Well, it did.
Not
The second half performance at Warrington
it's-
told a lot as well.
it's
They're
not
not right.
happened,
They're not right, and that's not to take away from London beating them this week. But I think Hull, if they want to play, will win, and they'll win. I'm going Hull by 13.
Hi everyone over in the UK. Well, I'm here to tell you that come October this year, I'll be travelling to the UK to do a week-long talking tour. I'll be talking about everything in my life, my rugby league career, how I started, and of course how I finished this year. I'll be travelling to Leeds, St Helens, Hull and Doncaster to do live events. Go to rmsportsevents.co.uk to get all the information. I'll also be playing a couple of games of rugby league against an old foe of mine, Adrian Morley. The events also support Life for a Kid. Can't wait for it. It's going to be great fun. I love the UK. See you in October.